Hi guys, Paul here, and this is the XCITE 250 from Hobby King, the plug and fly multirotor, 250 class multirotor, and we've pretty much got it ready to go. What we've done is, first thing I did was I actually put the prop adapters on, and when putting the prop adapters on, I used some thread lock, and that just ensures it doesn't actually come loose. I'm not sure how well you can see that. There you go, some thread lock, and that's done the trick there. Didn't put the props on first. What I did was I basically put all the FPV gear in, and what you've got is a little FPV camera and a small FPV transmitter that I popped on the top there. Also put the Mobius on, and I'm just using some mastic to hold that in place because it's a temporary fit out. Obviously the little FreeSky receiver is in there. And underneath, what I did was I rerouted this cable. Some people had concerns about this wire in terms of it was sort of heading off towards the front end of it. I'm not sure what the logic there was. I'm sure there's some logic there. Looking forward to seeing the video that comes out from Hobby King that shows how they've got this set up. Hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense there. But what I've done is I desoldered mine and soldered it going through here, out through there, and it comes through that way. And that seems to work quite well. I've also added this connector in there just for my FPV gear, and also my little cloverleaf antenna that I've added there. That's about all I've done to the multirotor, and that's pretty much good to go. Though I didn't have to do any major mods or anything like that. You could probably redo the Mobius and actually have a proper mount there with rubber isolators or dampeners, and that would do the trick quite nicely, I think. So that's another option there. But this is the way we went about setting ours up. We installed the OpenPilot software and went through the wizard and set this multi-rotor up using the wizard, and that went together pretty painlessly, so it was pretty easy to do. Having said that, Hobby King will have their own video on that, and once they do, I'll actually have a link in the description for that so you can follow their instructions in terms of how to put this thing together. So all we've done essentially is basically install the software, made sure everything was working the right way around, and installed FPV gear, and that's about it. And we went out and took it for a test flight. And all in all, look, I must say it flew quite well. We flew this in level mode. I think it's called level mode. And the reason for that was purely because of the fact that we didn't have the time to sort of go through and learn how to use the OpenPilot software and set it up to the nth degree the way we would like to actually fly it. So in manual, it seemed quite twitchy, and I didn't have time to sort of dial it down and make it a little bit more tame. So having said that, what we'll do is cut to some FPV footage and we will talk you through that. So what we're going to do is cut to the first flight, and this is the first time we actually tried the multirotor out. Now we were flying in level mode only because we didn't have time to tune the multirotor and get it dialed in the way we would like it. So we got it out and flew it in level mode, and unfortunately, even though it did actually fly well, it wasn't really a true indication of how it's capable of flying. And essentially the reason for that is because Thomas and myself are used to flying in acro mode or rates mode, and as such, flying in level mode, it was like the multirotor was actually fighting against us. So this is basically some of the footage of us having a fly with it, and look, it flew quite well. So what we'll do now is cut to some footage of us flying the multirotor again, this time in rates mode or acro mode, depending on what you want to call it. And this is the way in which that we're actually comfortable flying it. So keep in mind, this is like another maiden again because the multirotor has been readjusted, but I mean, it flew really well. Anyway, we'll cut to that footage now. Hi guys, Paul here, and this is going to be a quick FPV flight with the XCITE 250. This is the Hobby King PNF, so it's a plug and fly. All we've done is add a receiver and also some FPV gear. You don't obviously need the FPV gear, and obviously a battery, and that's about it. So we've got a Mobius on top, and we'll see how this flight goes. This is actually the second maiden. We did do a maiden a couple of days ago, was it?
Yes.
A couple of days ago, but we flew it in level mode, and Thomas and myself aren't used to flying in level mode. So as a result, look, the flight footage isn't too bad. I'll show you the footage shortly anyway.
It did fly well though, considering. I mean, we didn't tune it, we just basically followed the steps.
But I'd like people to see sort of what it flies. I'd like to be a bit more comfortable myself flying it. So we fly in acro mode, and that's what we're going to do now, and we'll see exactly how she goes this time.
Let's go.
Okay, one of the questions we did have about the multirotor was, does it actually fit in the case? And we'll cut to the footage. Yes, it does fit in the case. All you need to do is actually remove the helical antenna, and she's pretty much good to go.
So
cloverleaf antenna, that's correct. Yeah, so once you remove the cloverleaf antenna, it does fit in there with the props on, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's make this happen.
Oh, that was close. Close takeoff.
Oh,
How does it feel in acro?
holy moly, under a tree first time.
Nice. Man, this thing's quiet. That is one thing I've noticed about this quad. It is really quiet. There's a person down there on that side, so just
I've got to get used to this. I'm going to slow down a bit just to get a feel for it.
You know the tree you just went past?
Yeah.
Don't go beyond that point.
Which
Just
way
for a
can I
bit.
go?
You can go anywhere in our side. Just like there's someone right on the other end where the playground is.
Okay, so I come back this way? Is that okay?
Yeah. This is all fine. You know where the playground is? Just don't go to the playground
I
where
think
that
my
is.
throttle midpoint's actually out.
Oh really? Is it really low?
It's not quite right.
Still flying damn well though. And that's all that matters.
This works as an FPV platform, no dramas at all. Keep in mind, this is the first time I'm actually flying with this.
In acro.
In acro, and I'm actually like, I'm not used to it. Well, in this mode, this is the first time I'm actually flying in this mode. And it's flying beautifully. Let's tuck in underneath this tree. And we'll shoot around here.
Can't help but notice how quiet it is. Like, it is actually really quiet compared with the other quads.
It's a little bit bumpier, so I still need to tune it out a bit more.
You can do a pass.
Now, I know Hobby King have actually got their own settings for tuning that you can download. This is for the CC3D. Now, keep in mind that those settings are probably going to be a good starting point, but depending on your flying style, you may want to actually adjust. Now, I've got to find us. Where are we?
Turn a bit more to the left. A bit more.
Okay, there we are. Here we go. Come for a pass.
Gee, that was close.
Okay, here we go.
Beautiful pass. This is controls.
Gosh, I'm low. This is beautiful.
You're doing some magnificent flying.
Yes, I can actually with this.
Save it for me. I want to have a flight too.
Whoa, very nice.
Seems maneuverable.
Yes, very maneuverable. When you go into the sunlight, this camera doesn't handle it very well. But look, it's not bad at all. This is really nice.
Well, the camera's not really related to the plane though. Multirotor.
How's that for a turn?
That's pretty tight.
As you can see, I'm actually getting a feel for this now.
No kidding.
Okay, we'll bring it in for Thomas.
Yes, please.
Now the throttle midpoint, where's it hovering at the moment? Can you check my
It is hovering about quarter.
a quarter. That means
That plane's really loud.
okay, my feedback, look, it flies really well. Thomas, when you fly, you're going to find the throttle's going to be a bit sensitive. That's because the midpoint I've got set is completely wrong at the moment. So I need to actually fix that up. But other than that, mate, she flies really, really nice. I think you're going to be impressed. So we'll give Thomas a go and then we'll do a recap at the end. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so here we are with Thomas the man. He's going to give it a go for the first time. Just be careful, you're going to shoot up pretty quickly. So Thomas is going to do his flight now and we'll see exactly how he goes. I'm going to record your takeoff. Just don't take my head off if you can help it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. It does take off early.
So he's flying at around about a quarter throttle, I think.
Something on my screen.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. That's just a little spot on the actual lens.
Oh, that's weird.
Slowly get a feel for it. She gains height really easily. Just slow it down first until you get the hang of it. Those motors definitely deliver a lot of power.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of it so far?
It's really smooth. Like, it's aggressive, but it's smooth.
Look, I'm really interested to see what Hobby King's price point for this is going to be. One of the questions I've had is, would Thomas and myself actually buy one of these? Probably not. And the reason we wouldn't, because we're into building around multi-rotors, and that's not what this is geared towards. You can sort of look at, say, I want a scale P51 Mustang. Now, there's no way now I'm going to build one. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with building one. I'm going to buy a plug and fly one of one of those. So this is where this is really applicable to people that want plug and fly FPV racer. And this could definitely do the trick. Or if you want an FPV aircraft that you can fold away, put it away in a little box and take it with you. And there you go. Thomas, don't go that way. There's kids playing over there. So some kids have entered our park, kids that never play in our park. Oh, actually, I know why they've entered our park.
Why?
They've seen this little thing flying around. That's probably my fault, because I went near them before, near the park. Near where they were actually playing.
Is the big tree, am I able to go to the main tree?
You can go to the main tree, but you've got to stick close to it because the kids are there, but they're actually stopped to have a look.
Okay.
They're really enjoying it, the kids. Well, that's interesting. That means if come back the other way, turn around the other way.
Which way?
You turn. Don't go near them anymore because kids are chasing after it.
Really?
Yep. So stay right away from him. That's good. Stay on his side.
That's close. I do like the smooth feel.
Now, considering we've got these little kids in the park, I reckon it's probably a good idea
Land?
that you come in and land and we talk about this multi-rotor.
Okay. So I didn't get a full float.
We'll do another bit of a spin. Go and get it out of your system.
Yeah. Tell me if I have to land.
I think Thomas's footage is going to be a little bit more spectacular than mine.
I don't know. Just getting used to the turning feel of this thing.
So you want to bring her in?
Yeah.
And he's coming in for a landing. Yeah. Beautiful. She's down on the ground safely. Okay, plug and fly. Now we did our first flight. It wasn't bad in the first flight, was it?
No, it was definitely flyable. It was just more that we weren't used to level mode.
So
I mean, level mode is very different to acro mode.
And you can fly level mode just as aggressively, can't you?
You can. It just takes a lot more getting used to. But with acro mode, it's just they're completely different basically.
So keep in mind that was Thomas's flight and my flight, and we've never actually flown this in this mode. So obviously over time you get more and more used to it. But what do you think?
It was weird because, like, I've flown both CJX and the Mini. They're basically the two main quads I've flown. It was like a cross between the two in the way it flew. It was, I don't really know how to describe it. It was very nice. I think definitely if you're just looking for something to get into the hobby, this is without a doubt something to look at for sure.
So it folds away, it fits in its box and everything. Look, I'm hoping the price point for this is going to be really good because this addresses a lot of issues.
I'm still perfectly tight.
Yeah, there's no issues there. I didn't think they were going to come loose at all. So look, having said that, all we've done is popped on, I think about $30 worth of FPV gear on it. Probably $40 worth of FPV gear and a battery, and we also threw on a Mobius, and that's what you've just experienced there with a plug and fly ready to go.
A lot of power.
Yes, a lot of power. A lot of power.
These motors are good and they're quiet. They're not
So
loud.
I think it was worthwhile doing that second flight and having it tuned a little bit better the way we wanted it. But all in all, what do you reckon?
It's awesome if you want this for like.
Well, I could see myself having a bit of fun with that.
Yeah, I could just see myself getting one just in case. Like,
well, I look.
Especially for taking it
I
somewhere.
had a few people asking me, would I buy one? I sort of said no initially because I thought, well, I'm happy to build mine and I can actually put the parts that I want on it, you know what I mean? I like that customizability.
So look, if you need something ready,
if you want something ready, but having said that, you've actually got a valid point. I like the way this thing packs up. So, you know.
Also, big thing too, we've got a fairly big hub and not too much boot space for going, like, you know.
When you take lots of
So the problem is we have to keep these in the front of the car because if we put them in the back, they're going to get like smashed.
Yeah.
But having a proper carry case too, that's fairly good form factor. I mean, that means you can actually put it in the boot and it will...
We actually took this to Lake Eildon, but we didn't fly with it. And the reason we didn't fly with it was I was worried about dropping it in the lake. And I thought that wouldn't be a good thing.
Wait, Eildon or Epilogue?
Lake Epilogue, that's right, yeah. And if I dropped it in the lake, that would have been quite a bummer because I wouldn't have anything to review. I'm not sure whether Hobby King would have been very pleased with that. But anyway, look, thanks for taking time to watch this video. Hope you found that useful. I hope it answers a few questions. And we're going to try and fly this over the coming weeks more and more and see exactly how it goes. And that'll give us a good idea if there are any problems that we're not aware of at the moment. But initial first proper flight, easy thumbs up.
Definitely.
No two ways about it.
Really
And the
good.
video sort of speaks for itself. Anyway, thanks for taking time to watch this video, and we will catch you guys later.
See ya.
We've got it tuned better now, and hopefully we'll show you both footage so you can see exactly what it's like. What the hell?
Where is he?
What the hell?
Hello! He's flying quite low. Ambulance.
Police helicopter?
The ambulance, isn't it?
Police helicopter.
Oh, please.
Police helicopter. Watching out for us. They're keeping an eye on us. Okay, we'll start again.
That's a pretty cool helicopter though.
Okay, here we go.